you. Hope you like that. That's the way to go down back. Let's go. Oh, very good. Thank you. Okay, so...
Me?
So let's play it.
Can you tell us all the three scores before you start?
Yes, I think we should. Keep my back to this one.
Still metal.
Loud. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the bridesmaid and the usher, I'd like to thank Mark for his toast. I hope you're all relaxed, comfortable, enjoying the wedding. He's left the iron on. Left back row and locks. I actually think I found Mark's missing cufflinks.
Where were they before?
Don't ask. Mark talked about me coming round to calm his nerves, and I did ask Mark earlier, are you nervous? Yes. He replied, I'm nervous. I said, it's not like this has happened before, has it? No, he replied, it has. I've been nervous lots of times. Thank you, Howard. Anyway, it really is fantastic to see such a gathering of friends, colleagues, relatives, lots of cousins, apparently. All here to share Mark and Rosa's wedding day and to give our support and well wishes for their future together. It's great to be here in Westwood Church. It really is great that we just not only have the service here, but have the fantastic reception here. I know for a lot of us, mainly over here on my left, but some people over here, but Westwood's got a special place for us. Either still, or at some point, it's really been an important and life-shaping place for us. Mark nicked all my thanks, so I will repeat thanks to Carolyn and helpers for the catering and the fantastic food that we've had. You can clap again if you want to. And Mark told me that he's had a lot of help, as you heard, from his cell group. I mean, I just should let somebody know that's his church group. He's not involved in terrorism. Just be let out on parole. His cell group from church. Somebody told me earlier that they have cell groups and they have clusters. They cluster or clump. I've been told by Mark, particularly to Pam for making the cake and Linda and her helpers for the flower arrangements. So thank you. Of course, you have to have property. Speech. Mark, thanks also for asking me to be best man. You'll notice Mark Barry matching ties, matching flowers. Thank you. I love you. What you don't know is I managed to dissuade Mark from the matching hat. Which I thought was all rather fetching you, Mark told me that, Mark mentioned that my mother couldn't be here today because her hat certainly is. Anyway, seriously though, Mark is loved and admired by all his friends and family and respected by all of us, of course, for his generosity, his patience and his really good humour. Rosa, who's looking lovely here, Rosa, I know you less well, but I do know that you share with Mark that same generosity, that same willingness to help out, that good humour, that love of life. And, oh yes, your English is better than Mark's Spanish. And Rosa, in Britain it's traditional for the best man to provide the bride with some idea of the background of who you've just married. Who you'll be marrying again in Peru. So, and guests, in the next few minutes I want to share with you just a few stories about Mark. So prepare in the next few minutes to hear a little bit about high technology. Of course, a bit about romance. Okay. We'll do that again. A bit about romance. You'll hear a few metaphors involving sardines and one dark tale about breakfast cereal. Sardines. And a dark tale about breakfast cereal. Mark. Sorry? No?
Bond moment.
What? Quiet in the cheek. Mark and I have been very good friends for a long time now. As Mark says, he was 30-something years. We've known each other really since primary school. And one of my earliest memories about Mark is that he was destined for a career in IT. He was always... technologically advanced when it came to our circle of friends. Indeed, he was the first person to own a home computer. Well, I say a home computer, it was a ZX Spectrum. You remember the Sinclair ZX Spectrum? Yeah. Well, you can imagine how jealous we were all of the ZX Spectrum until he turned it on. Calculator with a rubber keyboard. Okay, it was very user-friendly. It was just rather fussy about who its friends were. But not to worry, Mark soon had a spanking new BBC computer. It even took floppy disks, and those of you who are very young remember floppy disks. They're neither floppy and they're not disks. Anyway, these were a much better tool for honing our computer skills on a Sunday afternoon. You'll remember we did such intellectual activities as Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Donkey Kong. So even early on, Mark was cut out for a career in IT. We were also both avid collectors, in particular avid collectors of those cardboard cutout characters that came with Weetabix packets. Serial story coming up, just although you're a bit slow. I've actually managed to download off the internet a set. Asterisk figures, just for that. Asterisk figure, cutout figures that you got free, buried at the bottom of the Weetabix packets. And I even found a website with them on, and it described them in these terms, and here I read. In the mid-1970s, Weetabix ran several promotions on various themes, all featuring stand-up card characters and colourful backgrounds, with which children could recreate action scenes. So, anyway, the baffling thing was that it was actually quite difficult to collect whole series. I don't know if those who collected them remember. Someone in the marketing department had removed one or two of the figures. And the only person who seemed to have the full set was sitting over here, Barry. And so we were all
Weetabix.
well, here's the secret. Mark, can you remember? Here's the confession. The confession about how you managed to get the full set.
Must be some library somewhere.
Pat, I'd like you to block your ears at this point. Mark confessed to us that what he used to do was he'd have his 2 Weetabix in the morning, and Pat, when you weren't looking, he'd go over to the packet, sneak over to the bin, and throw the Weetabix in the bin. I think the cell group is quite appropriate at this point. Just ensuring anyway that 10% of the Middleton household went on Weetabix. Kid myself and Rachel all remember this. By way of compensation, Anyway, moving on to our late teenage years, by this time 2 institutions have become absolutely central to our lives. One here, the church, and the second, of course, is the pub. And the practical problem, how do we reconcile the two? How do we get, after Sunday evening service from here, to the Peeping Tom a mile down the road? A group of reprobate